We are now.
We are?
We are now.
Okay, so what were we discussing? Oh, you were going to MS Paint. I'll walk up there. Open MS Paint. Do we have Paint?
Yeah.
Huh? It's not called MS Paint. I think it is just called Paint. You do, okay.
So I got this, and I also got this.
Okay, go get one. Well, you can do a text box. Text boxes. Apparently, I think it's click A, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, there you go. Now type it out. So as far as the TTMVP and the Will to Taste, and how we're gonna incorporate those in the story. Remember how I said like we were gonna get get rid of the sort of secondary guy. We were gonna make it one person, and then I was like, but we need an individual who talks about the Will to Taste and such forth. Like, so is that how we're doing it? What are your thoughts on that? Like, basically, like we need a man to talk about the religion. We need someone to not be like, well, this is the computer and this is science. We need someone who's like, listen, this is how it is. There's you, okay, and then there's frameworks, which like, and then that gets gay. I mean, maybe we can't just give them the word framework. You say there's you, there's framework, and then there's the Will to Taste. Maybe that's his whole shtick. Maybe he's the guy who uses framework. Because I guess no one else would use the word frameworks, right? Everyone else would use like ASICs.
Right. What if this is the general map that they have for the structuring of the program, and it's also the same natural system that the lizard discovers?
That was always the thing. But not the whole thing. Basically, like that's something to discuss. Because like the lizard obviously doesn't know about Zix, AZIX, or xzaayzyx.
But he might have some general.
Well, no, I would say that for him it's the word you, the word framework, and the word like God, that gets confusing. His would be Will to Taste. I guess he would say Will to Taste and God, perhaps slightly separate terms. I guess how would he do that?
Well, perhaps he would call it God, but in the system is programmed called Will to Taste.
But like God isn't even necessarily the word he'd use exactly. He would be like us. The prime version of us doesn't say the word God. The prime version of us says like the thing which could be called God.
Yeah, but at that point, just shorten the sentence.
Yeah. So what are you saying? What is the lizard saying? What is the lizard system? Is the lizard system just...
It would be a complete mirroring of it. I guess we could use different vocabulary.
How are we going to do that, though? I think maybe not. I don't know. I'm split right now. But to me, it seems to be cleaner, and the way I imagined it initially was that we would use just 3 with the lizard, and then we'd have 5 with the regular guy, but then you are making him make innovations.
Well, perhaps you have something like this where the lizard discovers this and this.
Well, that's what I was saying. Those would be the one... Yes. Yes. But the issue with that is how, like, what does it mean that the other guy implements those in? Like, you're now sort of changing his dynamic. Not in a bad way, even necessarily. I don't mind that, but it's like you are making it a little weird. You are sort of disincentivizing the lizards. Like, you are sort of saying that he is inferior if you go with that system. And that isn't the initial tone I wanted, but it's not the worst thing. It's not terrible to say that he was slightly wrong and that they edited his system, as long as you have a point with it.
Not that maybe he's slightly wrong, but at least from a citrus point of view, now he has more information. And he can give this because he sees the...
The way I saw it initially was that... I mean, let's try the other way, which is that the lizard gives them all 5. Let's say the lizard knows all 5. So let's say he just doesn't use the words Zix, AZIX, or xzaayzyx. He uses the words you, frameworks. Because someone needs to introduce the frameworks instead of AZIX.
Well, remember, the original idea was that this was that person's terminology, and their terminology would have been omniverse, multiverse, universe, or something like that.
That's so? I think that is so. Why you?
So it's like they would have a more scientific understanding of their simulation.
No, that's not exactly true. Because the scientist had the omniverse and the omni-equation and everything, but that wasn't the name of the computer. Even then, that's correct, and we may even still keep that around. I don't know. But the way we had it before is that there were... God, Jesus, write that down. Oh, weird. You just made me remember. There was a time in which we had The Omniverse was a way to explain materialism. And then you had the religious explanation, which was done by the lizard. And then you had the, like... Ooh. And then you could have the, like... philosophical perspective from acythrial. And then you could have the human perspective from the fourth guy. That was the old plan. Just start a new one.
But I don't know if I've had it before.
Just start a new one. This is different anyways. Start a new one. New one. Okay, so before we had 4 different perspectives. We had Omniverse, which was materialism. This was the perspective of the scientist. Then you had the xzaayzyx, which was the computer perspective. Then you had the religious perspective, which was
Will to taste.
the will to taste, which would be the lizard. Then you had the scientific. No, scientifics were there. Well, that's sort of materialism. Scientific's the same. But who was the? You had so there's regular human philosopher. That's the one. So the philosopher is acythrial, and the regular human is the fourth guy.
So what did he posit?
What is it?
And what does he posit? Would it be frameworks or?
No, Lizard posits frameworks with his religious. Who are you talking about?
Who's the fourth person?
There's 2 more people. I just listed them. I forgot.
So what were they? What are they?
I just said, but I forgot now. Hold on, let me remember. Who are the other people in the story? So you could get the regular person's perspective. And the philosopher's perspective. Which goes above the regular person. Swap them. And so the regular person is going to be the person that we talked about who's dealing with the crumbling society.
Yeah.
The philosopher is going to be acythrial. Will to taste, lizard, I would put religion, because that's... Basically what we've got here is you have scientific, you have simulation, you have religious, you have philosophical, and then you have human. And those are those are the 5 dynamics being represented in the story by each individual perspective.
And what would be the philosopher of acythrial? What does he say?
Acythrial is the one who...
he should be the one that talks about all of it, essentially, together.
Well, it's weird though, right? Because you have the philosopher is going to be acythrial, and acythrial is the one who's born, experiences simulation. He's like the main character, right? And he is going to talk about all of it, and he is going to be the one who disseminates the philosophy. So, but that's what we were talking about before. How are we going to make him responsible for the framework? Which parts of this is he responsible for? Is he...
Well, I would say, he sees the lizard, he posits his stuff, he sees the simulation, he sees the scientific side of it, and he's the one that talks about it all together and in relation to each other, and that allows the regular person
we don't need to keep these names the same. We can change TTMEP and Will to Taste.
Yeah.
How are we going to do that, though, and what would be better? Because it's like... Basically, I think what we need to do is just make it where... The lizard needs to only have 3 points, and those 3 points need to correspond to xzaayzyx. Which means the other 2 points...
There's a person, frameworks, and their reality.
What is it?
His could just be as simple as there's a person, their frameworks, and their reality.
Yes. Or God, just like what I was saying before. So should we just change 4, keep 2 the same, change 4, because if we say the words will to taste, then we're saying that the lizard... You're almost saying that the lizard's perspective is different from the... You're almost saying that the lizard's perspective is different from the...
Wait, there's waters, there's cokes, there's sparkling water cans.
Okay, pause it.
Get out of the car. Ashton.
Yeah.
Bring your car around and park